Magandang gabi po. Ito po si Toto Tirador, Doctor of Jurisprudence, Licensed Civil Engineer, at Experienced Editor. Editor po ako sa People's Journal Tonight sa ilalim po ng kumpanya na Philippine Journalists Incorporated dati at saka ng Kabayan Publishing Incorporated. So yan po ang aking achievement o aking mga na nagawa na masustansya sa aking buhay. At ako po ay sa ngayon ay vlogger. Okay? May Bingi, Prosperis. Ang ating pag-usapan po ay itong kanan lamang ito ha. Wala akong hinahab. Kundi ang dapat kundi ang katotohanan lamang. At ay isa sa katotohanan dito na hindi natin maitatanggi ay yung binansagan ni Attorney Kaufman na abogado ni Digong Duterte, si Attorney Maria Cristina Conti at saka si Department of Justice Secretary Boying Rimulya na mga chismosa. Okay. Ang katwiran ni Attorney Kaufman ay yung patungkol sa kanyang motion o hiling o request, kung tawagin request. Actually, ang problema kasi sa ICC, International Criminal Court, wala silang salita na tinatawag na motion. Pero sa mga korte sa Pilipinas, ang tawag diyan kung may hingiin ka motion, ang tawag. Pero sa ICC, kung may hingiin ka request, yan mga term nila. Tapos kung mag-comment ka, ang term na ginagamit, observation. Pagkatapos kung ang may inhibition, sa kanang tawag na exclusion or excluding. So yan po ang tawag sa kanila. Kumbaga iba yung term nila. No? Si Efren Anino Guhilde, magandang gabi. Si Jan Cordero, ay, maayong gabi, Jan. You email me the problem. Gusto ko, mamaya, I will call you. Gusto ko kita ma-interview live sa problem mo sa National University. Gregorio Rimolya. Rimolta pala, hindi Rimolya. So si Lecris Ilagan. Okay. So tapos si Prosperis Bayapa Bengi sa mga kabalin ko, sa mga kabsat ko, na Imbagrabim. So hindi naman ako po chismoso. Chismosa sila, chismoso. Nire-report ko lang sa inyo yung sinasabi ni Kaufman. At ito po ay may patungkol po sa sinasabi niya. Nag-request kasi siya na ilagay, oy Brad, si Albert Inguito, no? Brad ko sa Alpha Cosentita at saka siya po isang magiting na tawag dito, mason. So, good evening. Kumusta? Hindi pa ako nakapile. Kulang-kulang pang pera. So, 60,000 ang kailangan ko. Pero naipon ko siguro na check ko. The last time I check, mga 20,000 plus na. So, anyway, ang sinasabi ni Attorney Kaufman dito ay mga chismosa. Kasi yung final niya na request na temporarily i-release si Digong sa isang bansa, hindi niya sinabi kung saan. Ito ro si Attorney Conte, tsaka si Attorney at saka Justice Secretary Rimulya ay mga chismosa. Wala naman daw siya sinabi kung Belgium ba o Australia, pero bakit sila nagkwento ng Belgium o Australia? So, sinasabi lamang ni Attorney Kaufman, kasi nagchichismis sila na gano'n, kasi alam nila na ang Belgium ay mayroong kontrata o agreement sa International Criminal Court na pwede silang mag-host na kung sino mga akusado na pwedeng ibigay sa Belgium. So speculate sila, ang pinakatamang term, nag-speculate. Pero ang tamang tawag sa Pilipinas ay marites. Nagchichismis. Sabi, ang high level naman ng salita ni Atty. Kaufman, kumbaga, hindi naman niya direkta sinabi ng chismosa, pero parang gano'n ang ibig sabihin kung sa Tagalog patawagin. Okay? Tapos, ang mga chismis na Australia, sa kanila kanya nanggaling at saka Belgium. So ngayon, ang sabi niya, ang naisip doon na Atty. Kaufman kung bakit nagchismis siya na gano'n ay supposedly because she knows na ang Belgium ay may kontrata sa International Criminal Court. Na kung sino man ang mga temporarily released na mga bilanggo sa ICC ay pwedeng ilagay doon. Ang isa naman, si Justice Secretary Rimulya ay matapang na nagsalita na kung hindi daw Belgium ay doon daw sa South America. So sa South America, hindi niya binabanggit pero nagtutukoy daw yun sa Argentina. Kasi Argentina, mayroong agreement din sa ICC na pwede sila mag-host ng sino mang akusado na kokop-kopin nila insofar as in cooperation with International Criminal Court. Thank you, Brad Albert. I-check ko lang padala sa pamangkin mo. Sige po. Maraming salamat. At tapos, bakit kasi nag-speculate ito si Kwan? Kumbaga, ang nagsampa po ng petition, nag-request si Atty. Kaufman, hindi niya nilagay, kundi redacted. Ibig sabihin redacted, tinago kung anong bansa ang nangako na kukupkupin si Digong sakasakali papayag ang International Criminal Court na bibigyan siya ng temporary na kalayaan. So diyan nagsimula yan. Tapos may sinabi pa nga na ayaw daw ng Belgium, ayaw ng Australia. So marami ng mga nagkwento na nag-spin out. Pero wala daw yun katuturan ang sabi ni Atty. Kaufman. So bagkos, yun lamang ay mga chismis at hindi niya pwedeng sabihin kung kanino. So nevertheless, sinabi niya pagpatuloy pa rin nila, tiwala din siya sa dalawang judge na nirequest niya na umalis o exclude sa hearing, pero he has a very high respect for the judges nung sinabi nila na they promise to be very, very fair in deciding on the issue of jurisdiction. Kung may jurisdiction ba ang ICC sa Pilipinas o wala. Tapos, ano pang ibang sinabi niya? Tapos, nag-react din siya patungkol sa sinabi ni Rimulya na mayroong kinukup-kup niya mga testigo. Sabi niya, okay lang naman yan. Pagdating dito, i-cross-examine lang naman namin yan. So, ganoon ang sinabi na Atty. Kaufman. Kumbaga, hindi siya napakita na siya ay nababahala. Pagkatapos, may ano pa bang ibang, basta yun lang sinabi niya, pakinggan natin siya sa interview sa kahapon. Ito kahapon ng interview sa kanya.
But I'm fine.
How is our beloved former president Rodrigo Roa Duterte, sir?
Well, I've just come out from singing. He's in good spirits as usual.
Sir, I have a series of questions. My first one is that the ICC plenary unanimously rejected former President Duterte's request to disqualify 2 judges. What is your reaction to this decision, sir?
I trust the judges, and I trust the judges took the decision that they took for the right reasons. I have no reason to doubt them. Furthermore, new information has come to light, which I'm not at liberty to disclose, but it would have made a difference had I known about it before I made the request to disqualify the judges.
Okay, patungkol naman po sa judges na nag-request siya mag-disqualify, ay trust naman daw siya na sa mga judges na yan ay magiging patas. Pero may sinasabi siya na hindi niya binanggit kung anong informasyon na nakuha niya. Na sana nakuha niya yon na mas maaga bago siya nag-file ng request na mag-exclude yung dalawang judge. Pakinggan pa natin.
Okay. Sir, what does this outcome suggest about the ICC's impartiality and the integrity of its judicial process, especially in politically sensitive cases like this?
I'm not going to impugn the impartiality or the partiality of the International Criminal Court. As far as I'm concerned, the judges are doing their job as they're expected to do, given their mandate under the Rome Statute. I have no reason whatsoever to doubt their integrity.
Sir, if the investigation proceeds and leads to prosecution, what legal consequences could President Duterte realistically face under international law?
Well, I'm hoping that this case won't proceed to prosecution because we have a confirmation hearing, first of all, and we have a number of live issues which we're litigating at the present moment in time. So I suggest we cross that bridge when we come to it.
Sir, would you know that if there's really a clear timeline regarding the adjudication of the motion for the interim release?
I would hope that within the month it would be decided. As I said, we've currently in the process of making our request for leave to reply. We hope to be able to reply to the prosecution's response to our request for interim release, and then the judges will rule. Under the Rome Statute, the judges are meant to rule on a request for interim release as speedily as
Ibig
possible.
sabihin, sinabi niya na sasagot pa siya doon sa sagot ng prosecution. Pero in-expect niya na 1 month from now, maglalabas ng desisyon ang pre-trial chamber sa kanyang request na kung pwede i-temporary release si Digong Duterte sa isang bansa na nilagay nila na naka-redact, ibig sabihin nakatago, nakasikreto. At pero hindi naman siya nagsabi kung Belgium ngayon o kung Argentina, pero but then he labeled it na sa masyadong maingay kung ito si Miss Conte at saka si Mr. Remulla. Kumbaga chismosa sinasabi niya.
Sir, in relation to that, many people in the Philippines were a bit confused with when you previously stated that the prosecution did not oppose your request for interim release, and then apparently the prosecution's response or written observation with respect to the interim release request is that they strongly oppose that.
So tinatanong siya dito kung ano masasabi niya kaysa dati nilagay niya sa kanilang request na nag-uusap na sila, okay na sa prosecutor, tapos nagkumontra ang prosecutor. At anong sasabi niya? Parang pinapalabas na nagsisinungaling si Attorney Nicholas Kaufman.
Clarify that, Attorney.
Once again, I stand by what I said. There was originally a non-opposition to interim release.
Okay. Sabi niya, ang pinanindigan niya na mayroon silang agreement nung una sa interim release. Okay.
But I'm not going to litigate the case now in the media. The case is a live issue. The matter is a live issue, before the court, and I'm not allowed to litigate it.
Sinasabi niya hindi na siya makukomment at buhay pa naman ang issue, so antayin na lang niya.
Way of social media.
Thank you, sir. There are reports claiming that Belgium and Australia declined to host former President Duterte during his interim release. What is the truth
Kaya
behind
natin
this?
tinatanong siya kung ano tungkol nang natinanggihan daw siya, anong chismis na tinanggihan ng Belgium at Australia na nakupkupin si Duterte. Saka sakaling ipalabasin siya ng ICC. Anong sagot ni Atty. Kaufman?
Well, I don't know where Christina Conti, because I guess that's who you're referring to, got that from. I'm not going to comment on any country. I'm not allowed to.
Okay. He's not allowed to say what is that country. So hindi niya mapwede sabihin.
These matters are confidential.
Confidential
But
daw yun.
Assume that Christina Conti, knowing the way that she
So
thinks,
sabi niya, it seems that Attorney Conti know the way she thinks. So in other words, that's a high level of describing that Conti is making chismis.
has looked at the interim release agreements at the court, has decided that Belgium, because Belgium has signed an interim release,
Kaya sinasabi niya kasi merong interim release agreement ang Belgium sa ICC.
treaty is the destination or the proposed destination for President
So ibig
Duterte. I'm not
sabihin, hindi naman ibig sabihin na iyon ang proposed destination for Duterte.
going to comment on that.
At
The
hindi
same
siya
goes, by the way,
magko-comment.
for the Honorable Justice Minister or the Secretary for Justice in the Philippines. Mr.
Remulla na
Remulla,
naman, no? Tirahin niya, kwento ni Remulla na doon sa Argentina.
who's decided that there's a Latin American country that's prepared to receive President Duterte. Once again, I assume that he thinks we're talking about Argentina.
Sabi, I think that he thinks seems to be what he's talking about. Sabi.
Argentina, because once again, Argentina has signed an interim release agreement with the International Criminal Court. I'm not going to
Hindi
comment
siya
on that.
magko-comment. So inisip niya, kaya nagmamarites si Boying Remulla na sa Argentina kasi alam niya ni Boying na mayroong agreement ang Argentina sa ICC na pwede silang mag-host the country sa interim releases ng mga akusado. Sige pa.
Okay, sir. The Department of Justice in the Philippines reportedly sponsoring witnesses in the ICC case against the President Duterte because, as you mentioned, sir, all evidence related to the former chief executive's war on crime has already been destroyed. He mentioned that. What's your comment on that?
Sponsoring witnesses to cooperate?
Then magko-comment siya nag-sponsor si Remulla na mga testigo na magko-cooperate o anong tawag niya? Sponsoring or enticing.
Encouraging witnesses to cooperate? I don't know.
Encouraging pala ng witnesses na mag-cooperate or sponsoring, hindi niya alam.
We'll investigate that matter, and if it's true, then they will be cross-examined. Those
Investigan doon niya, pero kung totoo man yan, pinapaasa niya na i-cross-examine niya mga testigo ni Remulla.
witnesses in court, and these allegations will be put to them.
Sir, pertaining to the interim release, the annex terms and conditions, specifically paragraph 32, mentions that President Duterte will refrain from public engagement, holding office, and communicating with individuals outside his family. How does this affect the mandate given to him by the people of Davao as their newly elected mayor?
I look at the events in Davao and the elections as something else entirely. I view it as a vote of support for President Duterte, the former president, and I view it as a rejection of what was done to him by the current incumbent government.
So, nakikita niya yung pagboto kay Duterte na majority, super majority, ay rejection ng mga taong Davao City laban sa ginagawa sa kanya kay Duterte.
And view that as a mandate to rule Davao. Yes, of course. If he was released, then he would rule Landau. But he's not. He's sitting here in a prison. Physically, he's not able to govern at the present moment in time. It would be irresponsible for him, and he has told me that.
Okay. Are there already arrangements for his oath taking?
I'm not going to comment on that matter.
Okay. Who is exactly considered outside his family?
Ayaw mag-comment kung about sa oath taking. Kasi pwede naman nila ihingi sa pretrial chamber na payagan siya mag-take out sa loob ng bilangguan.
Context of the interim release, sir.
Well, interim release, once again, is a matter which has to be decided. And also the scope of people who are in his family will also be decided.
Sir, could appeals or objections from civil society groups or international organizations influence the court's decision on the urgent interim release motion?
The victims have a right to make their voice heard, and they can comment on the application for interim release. And the court has already ordered the victims to make their observations known. They do that through a dedicated office in the court, which is called the OPCV, and the OPCV has responded.
Sir, in this particular question, should the Philippines is already a non-member state of the ICC, to the Rome Statute. Is it legally possible for it to voluntarily offer to host President Duterte during his interim release?
Even non-state parties can host persons.
Klaro, kahit na hindi member na parties, ay pwede mag-host sa mga kung sino man ng mga akusado.
An interim release from the International Criminal Court, should the court approve it. Obviously, we would want President Duterte to go back to the Philippines. But if I'm not mistaken, the government has already stated point blank that it's not prepared to receive him.
Will the public eventually be informed, sir, about which government or governments, if any, has expressed willingness to receive President Duterte should interim release be granted?
I anticipate that that could be the case in due course, indeed.
Sir, this question is highly political. Has your meeting with Senator Amy Marcos had any direct or indirect bearing on President Duterte's case before the ICC? Or if you're able to share what was the nature of or the purpose of your meeting?
I'm able to share that. It was me who asked to see Senator Amy Marcos. I wanted to see her because I saw her in action in the committee hearings. I was impressed by what she had to
Believe siya
say.
kay Amy Marcos.
I was impressed by the way she handled those hearings. And I was impressed also by the conclusions and the report that she produced. So I asked to meet her in order to receive that report. And I did.
Thank you, sir. Sir,
And by the way,
yes, go ahead.
that report hasn't been published on the Senate website. I wonder why.
Sir.
So sinasabi pala ni Atty. Kaufman na lahat po ng committee report ay nakapublish sa Senate website. Pero ito, yung kay Amy Marcos ay hindi na sinipublish. Bakit yun? Hindi niya alam.
Is it legally realistic for former President Duterte to seek any form of remedy or protection under Dutch domestic law while under the jurisdiction of
Yun,
ICC?
tinatanong siya kung pwedeng makahingi sa korte ng Netherlands si Duterte kung ano man mang remedyo.
Well, I
Or
think I know
perceived
where that
jurisdiction,
comes from. There's some Filipino lawyer who suggested that he might be able to seek remedies under Dutch law. That's not the
So,
case.
sinasabi niya parang si Harry Roque. So, ang nagsasabi daw na pag-file ng petition sa Dutch court para makahingi ng remedyo para kay Ginoong Duterte.
Sir, the last
One more
question.
comment siya.
Is it common for the office of the prosecutor to express no opposition to a motion such as the interim release? Or is this unusual and specific only to the President Duterte's case?
As I've said, in the past, it's possible in offences against justice cases. However, would be the first time if the prosecution do follow through on their original non-opposition, which was stated to me for one particular case. If they follow through on that, that would be the first time in an Article 5 case involving atrocity crimes or alleged atrocity crimes that the prosecution will express a non-opposition to interim release, yes.
Attorney Kaufman, do you have any message to the Filipino people who is closely following the development of the case of President Duterte?
Yes, I do. As I said, respect the judicial process. A lot of gossip, a lot of allegations have been made, especially by people like Attorney Cristina Conti, that the supporters of former President Duterte are threatening witnesses or trolling judges. That is simply not true.
Okay. Simply not true yung pinagbabanggit ni Attorney Conte. At lahat-lahat na ibig sabihin talagang chismosa.
Just respect the judicial process.
Respetuhin lang judicial process. Huwag na kayo magmarites-marites. Yan ang pakiusap niya. So hanggang dyan lang po ang ating ipapakita. Just an update. Wala naman akong masasabi dyan. It's all his words. It's not mine. I'm just presenting it to you kung paano. At least sana marinig naman ni Attorney Conte at maka-respond naman siya dito. In fairness to her. Okay? So hanggang dito lang muna. Pastor Rodi Rabi. Si Dennis Causing, ang kapatid ko. Okay. Si Moreno Herbero Jr., good evening. Dr. Toto, watching here in Dumaguete City. More power. Thank you. AH, Chismosa. Sunderline Celestial. Masarap talaga magmarites. Cipriano Lupeba. Good, you did not go too far to show your true color. Anong klase mo true color to? Kantahin mo na, True Colors. True Colors. Salamat, Brad Albert. Ingito. Check may kaunti akong padala para sa kay Erwin Tulfo na case. Inuulit ko po ang aking hiling. No? Efrain Anino Gohilde. Please help me. Padalhan niyo po ako kung magkano lang maitulong ninyo. At kailangan ko po para maisasampa ko ngayon o hanggang 10. Mayroon ako hanggang July 10 para isampa ang kuwaranto na kaso laban kay Erwin Tulfo na ipatatanggalin ko siya dahil siya ay Amerikano po siya. Dahil sa may passport siya, 4 na beses siya na-issue ng passport na ang passport niya po ay bilang Eric Sylvester Tulfo. So yan po. Tapos nagiging sundalo pa siya ng Amerika mula noong 1988 hanggang 1996. At lumaban pa nga siya sa Iraq ng 1991 na kalaban doon. So si Ernie Bukayong, Idol Toto, kumusta ka dyan? Okay lang po. Si Luisa Lee, good morning to, watching from San Francisco, California. Cassandra DC, hit and miss ang style ni Remulla at Christy Conte. Yung nga masyado kayong, ang pakiusap lang po ni Attorney Kaufman, huwag na lang kayo gumawa ng kwento, respect the judicial process. So kung mayroon man kayo sasabihin, please make it sure na hindi po kayo nanghuhula o nang-imbento ng kwento. Kasi it's a matter, parang ang ano nila parang disenyo nila na gibain nila para mamasama ang imahe ni Duterte sa harap ng mga judge at magagalit ang mga judge kay Duterte. Parang iyan ang pakiwari ni Atty. Kaufman. Okay? So hanggang dyan na muna tayo at maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Basta ano lang tayo, fair lang tayo kung ano pinapalabas lang natin, kung ano nakikita natin. Sa ngayon, wala din akong comment kung tama ba yun o hindi. Basta sinasabi lang ni Kaufman na chismoso-chismosa si Attorney Maria Cristina Conte at saka si Justice Secretary, soon to be Ombudsman, Boyeng Remulla. So Romeo Caldillero, kanay si Kaufman na isinungaling, the prosecutor sa hindi tutol sa interim release, pero this on ay hindi mo masasabi na sinungaling. Kasi may sinabi din ng pinanindigan po ni Kaufman na iyan ang original agreement nila. Kaya it's your opinion, pero ang pag-iisap niya, huwag lang magmarites. Pero but opinion is not a marites. Ay, okay lang po yan, Mr. Romeo Caldillero. Okay, sa Florlin Andrada, God bless po. Nelson Dengding, very clear sabi na to, Kaufman, respect the judicial process. Pero kung magkaroon ng opinion dito, ito lang po aking opinion. Whatever is that, if it is true na meron ngang bansa na nag-assure, hindi po kayang tanggihan yan ng mga pretrial judges ng ICC. Kasi bakit po? Kasi po yung mga bansa ay sila po yung nagsisweldo sa ICC, mga judges. Kaya, siyempre, respetuhin ng mga judges yan, yung mga bansa na nagsisweldo sa kanila. Kaya nga, do not bite the hands that feed you, parang ganon. So, in the due time, nakakawala ka ng respeto, o sige, kung nawalan ka ng respeto sa akin, kung ano man yung dahilan, wala pa ako magagawa. It's all yours. At least, opinion mo yan, igagalang ko yan, pero sinisiguro ko lang po yung opinion mo walang basehan. Okay? Nagbabase lang sa galit at puot. No? Okay, magandang gabi po sa lahat.